Hi, well, it's been a while since I've updated, so this is my entry for September 24th, 2007. Hi out there in internet land. It's been a while since, like I said, since I've updated on here. So I guess it's time to finally update this thing. As you can probably tell, I'm in my brand spanking new place. Well, it's kind of not brand spanking new. I've been here for about 2 or 3 months now. And I've been a little bit behind in updating, but I've finally gotten it to a place to where I like it, so I'll be giving you a tour of it very shortly. For now, I guess it's just an update on my life. Where to start? Well, since my last place, I just kind of packed everything up and moved here. I was lucky enough to have some great people not so much lend, but give me a whole bunch of things, like the table that my desk is sitting on and the table you can see in the background, along with the TV. I was given a fridge, a bed, microwave, various things that I'm very grateful for, because Lord knows I couldn't afford that. And just some other odds and ends, like a few dishes, towels, whatnot. So that's been great. So anyways, I moved all the way out here, which is further into Betsu, for those of you in the know. I was closer to the Sapporo side in my old place, but currently I'm closer to Betsu, which is farther east of Sapporo. Just a couple train stations away, so it's not that big of a deal. And the nice thing is I'm right in the middle of 3 of my schools, so I can easily walk to one of them, and then the other 2 are a quick bike ride or soon to be quick bus ride as the snow falls, to my other 2. One of them is unavoidably a train ride away. Unfortunately, it's the furthest one out there. Hopefully next year, Lord permitting, whatever you want to say, if I'm still here, that I'm not at that school next year, because I really don't like going out there. I don't have a car, and I find it unfair that I should have to travel all the way out there by train when there's 2 other teachers who have cars. They should go out there, not me. Anyway, so just kind of moving back to that. Not a lot has happened. I had summer holidays. From the end of July till the end of August, so it was about the 23rd to the 20th, I think, 23rd of July until the 20th of August, and I pretty much did nothing. Yeah, not a single thing. But on the plus side, it was wonderful that I didn't do much of anything, because it was the first time I've actually had some time off to myself since I was in grade 11, which, for those of you who don't know, that's probably been about 5 or 6 years that I haven't had an actual vacation. Now, I've traveled a bunch of places. Like, I went to New York, I've been here, I went to Toronto, etc., etc., but there was no time to actually just relax. It was like bam, 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 and you go here, you go there, you go, there was no off time. There was no time to relax. So this time I actually got to do that, which was refreshing. I did manage to get out to the beach, which, for those of you who've read my posts, noticed that there were some beach pictures in there. That was the only real, I guess you could say, trip I took out out of the city, but it was nice. It gave me a lot of time to just recharge the batteries, which was greatly needed. What else? Not a lot has been happening. Moved into the 2nd semester here teaching, which has brought its new challenges. Teaching new topics which I haven't really covered before, so that's become quite the challenge. I've also started using more Japanese or more English in my lessons. I know that sounds funny, but predominantly I would speak in Japanese, and then the key words and what phrases and whatnot that I was teaching the kids, I would teach in English, or I would use English with them just to make sure they have an understanding of what the English they were using meant, that they were actually thinking instead of just hearing this foreign language coming into their head and not understanding why it was the way it was. I'm a big person on making people understand. I know that's the way I learned, is I had to have the association in my head between the two, otherwise it didn't work. But apparently that's not what they're looking for as teachers. I mean, this varies per school and per class, so I've started adding more English into the lessons just to see how the kids are responding and how it's working. And some of the kids are doing really well with it, some of them are not. So I have to kind of gauge based upon the year, the class, and their experience level, and just kind of move forward with that. Some of the kids, the younger kids, are doing great with it, so it's going to be nice to be able to move to English focus in next year or years to come, or even later. Some of the kids I don't get as often, so it's not as easy to do that English focus, whereas the kids that I get all the time, it's really nice because I get to see the kind of developments that they're making. So that's kind of work. Other things that have been going on, I'm not going to go into the personal life thing. If you don't know, I'm single again. Yeah, that's about that. What else is going on? I joined a ping pong club. I know it sounds funny. There's a group of friends that I met through various things, and so I joined a gay ping pong club, which has been great. I've been getting really good, which is quite odd. But I'm actually holding my own now as opposed to being trounced upon. And I'll be uploading some photos of that and some video of that later. What else is there here? There was this Sapporo Rainbow March, which happened on the 16th, so just a few days ago, or last week and a bit. For which I volunteered for, which was pretty cool. I was doing kind of the registration area, and I was also asking, or going around as translator at large, I guess you could say, although there wasn't really so much translation needed this year, which was cool. But I didn't, meet a lot of people, and I got to help out at my first Pride event ever, which was, quite the experience. Never having been to a Pride event before, it was kind of interesting to see this side of the ocean, what their version of it was, and I have to say I liked it quite a bit. Differences in the parades, instead of everyone dressing up and everyone being extraordinary fabulous, I guess you could say. I know I'm doing a lot of air quotes today and I should stop that, but I'm going to pretend I'm not. Instead of people, a lot of drag queens, a lot of muscle people, everyone dressing up and being kind of a spectacle, I guess you could say. Here it was more of a humanizing type of parade, in the sense that more people were dressed normally. It was kind of a parade for everyone to show, we're not so much different from everyone else. We're the same people as you. We're your friend, your neighbor, your coworker that you never knew, because you can't see past appearances, and we are just like everyone else, and so that was the nice thing about it. There wasn't such the spectacle. I mean, there was drag queens and there was guys dressed up and they were fantastic, but it was really, that was on the less side. There was more normal, I guess you could say, normally dressed people, which was quite nice to see. Other news, paperwork's kind of going through, and I don't want to kind of jinx it, but I'm going to talk about it anyways. There is going to be a group of 15 kids, I believe it is, from Armstrong, BC, coming into Sapporo with the with the, I guess it's called Salmon Church or something like that. They call it Salmon Kyo